maybe I could try a little bit more, but
Okay. I was just noticing. Okay, it was giving me some lag or something. Uh, like Restream couldn't. Now, how come I can't move the harvester? Do I gotta?
that
Oh,
I don't.
you gotta move that in. You can't move while it's because I'm unloaded. Why?
It should. It
No.
just.
Hmm. This one won't move. Here,
Well, here, get
hop
out of
in.
it.
I don't. I mean, it won't move for me for whatever. The other one was working. Was moving for me.
It takes a minute.
Well, I was
It's
holding.
not.
Well,
It's
but no, I know it does, but like this one here, let's see.
well, if that's fine, you can use that
Yeah.
one, I guess.
Well, okay. I don't know. That one seemed to
I
take a
get
long time. I mean, I know it takes a little bit for it to
unless
ramp up.
unless because I have the GPS set on the other one that wouldn't let
Because
you.
I was
Maybe
holding the
that's it.
trigger and it was like, oh, it won't do. Let's see. I gotta. Oh, wait a minute. That. First need to. I did unfold the.
You gotta unfold the harvester. It's real picky
Header.
about it.
Um,
The header should have been unfolded, but the harvester wouldn't have been.
yeah, header, but I don't see the option for that. Do you gotta press both of them? Or?
No, you gotta flip over to the. You gotta flip to the harvester. You gotta select tool and flip over to the harvester.
That's tool.
That's where that icon at the very top of the screen that looks like your
Oh,
a
okay. You
tractor.
gotta hit Y, then A, then. Oh, see. Okay. All right. Anyway, I tried ramping it up to six 6,000 kilobytes per second. I guess Restream didn't like it. I guess the internet could support it, but Restream for some reason. Now, now that we're talking about things like this a little bit, I mean, we were texting, but tell me a little bit about servers, server rentals, and stuff. So this is through Giant, right? The
Um,
like
yes, I
the
think so.
Giant operated servers. So when
Yeah.
okay, not some third
I
party thing. Or,
I'm kind of questioning about whether I should do that or not, just because you, like obviously Derek hasn't played with us for like 2-3 weeks now.
yeah, but what uh that's like am I wrong? But it was like say $8 a month. I mean, you can pay in full, but it works out
eight
to like
bucks a
eight
month
bucks a month, huh?
or $80 for a year. So basically you get like
Well, that's cheaper
what
than
was it?
$8 a
Yeah.
month.
Yep.
Okay.
You get a few months free.
Well, I mean, that would, you know, we wouldn't have any lag. Again, yeah, we could come and,
Well,
come and go.
there's a few issues that you have in it, but
Well, I mean, not exactly no lag, but we could come and go like you could work by yourself, I could work by myself if ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
Because yeah, it isn't on. Yeah, you're not. It's not hosted on um each of ours. Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, what's your things against it? I mean, I
It's
guess
just
so far I've been
pain.
having fun, and I can't say that I haven't got back to my quote own farm. I've just been streaming with you, but um, wintertime that might change, kind of thing. And I was like, well, that seems pretty cheap for what we'd get out of it.
Well, one of the, like you said, I mean, you could jump on anytime. Like if we wanted to start, hold on, I gotta get a drink here.
Yeah, and actually, hang on, just realized I don't have my uh restream chat up so I can watch everything. It's all tabbed in that window. Okay, I'm messing with Windows. All right. But okay, anyway, you were saying I got sidetracked.
Oh, when I played on MJ's, every once in a while the server kind of acted up a little bit. Um,
Well, I think that's gonna be, or I don't know. Never. It's not gonna be ever 100% perfect.
no. Um, whoever's in the game last, um, well, and he had to set me up. I think he had to set me up as kind of like a administrator.
Mm,
Um, or he gave me the password so I could be an administrator. So like if he left before I was in there, then or before I left, then at the end of the night I would save what we did for progress. He said it'll stay there. Like you can run your farm so either it just sits idle when you're not there and
and
just like pauses it,
yeah.
or set it up so and the way he has his instructions is he set it up so that it would
Well, that would make the most sense because you wouldn't want necessarily seasons going, but then sometimes you might want that. I see it both
yeah.
ways, I guess.
He has his set up so that it would I'm trying to do too many things at once. It runs while he's not there, so then when he comes back into the game,
Crops
then
and
all the
things will work.
productions, like if he had greenhouses or if he had the bakery or something, all that stuff is still running
Oh, yeah, I
in
guess
the
it depends
background.
on what you want, but what,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, if we play the Nebraska map, I think we all want to do the whiskey.
Yeah, we
The
probably want to do that.
But the thing is, like in the beginning, where it's gonna take a little bit to get up there to where it's actually up and running because we got to get all the ingredients
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So
Well, I guess other than some little things here and there, like somebody may not save progress, apparently. I don't hear many major downsides, I guess.
my thing is like I just don't want to pay $80 and then not use it.
Yeah, but I think we would, and I'd be chipping in. I mean, it'd be at least me and you, I guess you could
Yeah.
say.
Well, and that's what I'm like. Is
I mean, yeah, it'd be great to get, Jason don't have the game, but you know,
well, Jason, if we do this with the Nebraska map, Jason won't be able to use that.
oh right, because he's console.
And then
Just
he
screw
wouldn't
him.
be able to use his server anyways, just because he's on a console.
Oh
But
well, I guess
and
it'd be
Derek
40
only really
bucks
played.
between us. But if we got Derek in, then it'd be up to him to hop in there and either do something or whatever, but it would split three
Well,
ways
and
and he'd have
that's the
buy-in. But I guess I don't, you know, 40
I
bucks for a
guess
year of entertainment and such. Something
yeah.
we were going to do anyway, basically. Uh,
Well, but and so that's why I was like, well, if we do this though, I'm like, I'm not gonna play any other maps. Basically, whenever I have free time, even if I'm not streaming, I'm gonna go to this map and I'm gonna play it. Um, that's somewhat hard for me though, because I get to the point where I just get bored of a map and I want to do something different.
yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't always have to, but we'd be doing enough that it, I think it
I guess the
maybe
other thing is
justify
I'm
it. I
kind of
guess.
thinking about. I guess what I was kind of thinking about now though is maybe not necessarily doing that. Derek hasn't been in here. Let's. I was just thinking, let's just keep this one going.
Oh, I'm
So when
fine with
he
this
does,
map too. I'm just saying, you know, I'm
well,
not opposed
well,
to the money part.
let's. I guess I kind of want to jump over to. I was only doing this map just because we needed something to kind of get you guys kind of going.
Acclimate. Yeah.
Yeah, acclimated. But I've been looking forward to doing the Nebraska one.
Well, I guess I
Um,
am too, just because it's maybe
so
kind of
my
Nebraska.
my thought right now is like I just foresee with Derek having a problem getting trying to get him on the Nebraska map. Um, so I was thinking, okay, well, I'll just keep this map in the background. Um, and then when he finally does join us and stuff, then because he's gonna show up one night and then he's gonna be like, well, what map are you playing? And then where he's gonna have to go get this all downloaded, and I just
Yeah. Yeah, he won't
you
think
know,
ahead. He won't plan ahead. Yeah.
yeah.
Derek's never been much of that, no matter what we were doing. Just, yeah.
So I think you and I will play this. Finish. We'll do this tonight. I think we'll do this again next week because I've been singing. We'll switch over in at the end of the month, and I think we'll just switch over to Nebraska. Well, I'm gonna add. I'll add two other mods to it too, and I'll have to tell you where to go get it. I'll have to tell you where to go get the map, and then the mods will all be on Mod Hub,
Well, actually,
and
I see kind of, I think, where to get the map because I think I've seen it. But yeah, um,
and then
oh,
I've
I'm
my
holding
thought
on.
is we'll start this in August, and you and I'll just start on the farm, and if we can get Derek into it, great, and if not, then
Yeah,
uh, we'll just keep this one going so that we have something to kind of have a backup thing going.
yeah,
He did tell me he's like, well, I need to learn that sometime because I want to do that, and I want to be able to join in on those kind of maps. And so I'm like, well, that's great. I'm glad you want to, but I'm just being realistic here that
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean,
because
that's,
something like that's gonna be like a it's gonna be a bit to download, and you gotta go on the internet and you have to get it, and the hardest part for him will be, okay, well, now what do I do now that it's downloaded? How do I get it in the game?
yeah, but I don't know. That shouldn't be too hard. It's like, I
it's
mean, I
not it's
figured
not
out,
hard.
oh shit, I guess I gotta get out and go unload it. Oh,
It's not hard. It's just that he just doesn't know where all that stuff
well,
is.
I know. I mean, I still have some troubles with the menus at times, you know. Um, I guess, but
And these fields, like, I think that you remember we planted and limed that one big field
yeah,
several weeks ago. The fields on the Green Valley map are about like that. All of them are like that. It's not just like one of them.
yeah,
They're huge fields, which in a way will be great because then they'll just be like, um, we can just it'll give us plenty to just do. And the contracts pay quite well because the fields are so big. So I guess that's kind of where I was thinking with the servers. Like, man, if you wanted to really progress the map and just jump on every night and just keep 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 working the money,
Yeah.
But
You bought a little bit too tall a trailer here. The
no, that's
unloading chute barely
I
barely.
know that's what comes with it.
I mean, it worked, but
That's it. But
I couldn't drive up with the little unloader out.
well, that's the only one that'll work with the semi.
I couldn't come at it from the uh,
Is the
whatever.
semi full again?
Not quite.
Okay.
A little laggy here.
Well, I guess anyways, what I'm leaning towards now is maybe what we should do is just try and run the map like we've been doing this one. Um, not spend the money on it. I don't know. Uh,
I mean, I'm fine doing this for a little while longer, but I'm not opposed to doing the server if we wanted, again, do the Nebraska, do whatever you say, the whiskey thing kind of seems interesting.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'd have to, get mods going, but it's like, maybe a few, each of us have to get the
Well, I
decoration,
wouldn't add
decorations, we could
I
decorate
wouldn't
things.
add any more mods than what we've already got in this. That's another thing is I think mods are a little bit harder to add on a server.
Okay.
It's not that it's not doable. I don't know. Like when Woody and I played on that one, I think because I said, well, okay, I'll join you, but I said we've got to have a different plow. I'm not gonna do the in-game plows, and I think out of like a choice of at that time there was like 5 or 6, he only could get one of them to work on the server,
Oh, okay. That seems, but yeah, kind of makes
if I
sense. It's
remember
like,
right. I think so. I don't know. I think for now let's just start the map, um, and just go with it. I kind of in so this last weekend I found what they call an extension for this map, and it basically took this map and blew it up into a 4K, and it added a whole bunch of lumber and a bunch of different selling points to it. And so right now I'm really into that one. And
uh,
actually, like I could add it to this, but it's not something that was on the mod hub. Um, but otherwise, I could add it in game because it's set up so that it's actually a mod. It's kind of weird. It's a map, but it uses the base map to make the rest to give it a starting point for the rest of the map.
that semi's pretty full, but so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
You
see
might not
that.
be able to unload the whole thing. If you can get enough
That's
unloaded, I can get the rest of this and then get it in the wagon, and then when you get back, you can dump and then go back. Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't get hardly anything unloaded.
Oh, I.
It's not too far. If you get full, just dump it into mine. You can dump it into my beet harvester and use it as a unload point. Either that or jump in. Well, I guess you can't. Let me take. Let me shut off. Okay, now you should be able to jump in the beet harvester. Because I think once you set GPS, I think it shuts. it shuts it off for the rest of the people.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, I could use it. I'm not. This is all right. I'm able to keep this fairly straight down the row. Odd, I don't have anybody viewing tonight, which is odd. Usually I got one or two in, just some kind of view.
Yeah.
At least Restream says I don't. Oh, I know something I was talking, and I while I was dicking around on YouTube, noticed my T-shirt shop or my store wasn't showing up. They did some update. I'm not sure how long ago it hadn't been showing up, but anyway, I had to do some tweaking and stuff, and I went in, because I have it on Teespring, which is just a print to order kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so you just upload your designs. They do everything else. If somebody
Yeah.
orders something, you don't have to manage anything really.
Yeah, that was kind of like what I was looking into.
Anyway, and it's called Spring now. They changed it. I still call it Teespring. But anyway, I had
Oh.
to rejigger some things with YouTube, reconnect it, and now it's working or showing. Because the thing is I'd get a T-shirt sale or sticker sale every once in a while. I mean, I'm not. I don't promote it, so it's like I'm not trying to make a living with it. It's just more of a, hey, look, you can buy something with my name on it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I noticed that they had upgraded some of their stuff, Teespring, like where you could sell or where it links, I should say. You can sell anywhere, but and Twitch was one. And it's like, oh, you just go into your Twitch account, add this extension, and then Spring does the authentication. You just go through it, uh, and and then it automatically. Now I'm not exactly sure, and that's the thing. I should stop and go look at my stream here just see if it should show up right underneath the video player. All my t-shirts, stickers, posters, the things I have for sale on Spring should be showing up on Twitch now too. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then it has an Instagram function, but it's not. It's still kind of in beta. I I thought I had it working, but then I don't know my Instagram. Well, here's the deal. I kept my Instagram and like my Facebook two different users, so I think it's like it doesn't know it's me, and I'm having a
Mm.
little trouble. But not that I care. But anyway, I guess that'd be a thing to investigate as far as sign up with Spring. I mean, it's all free, and then just put your design. You can start with just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
um, it's
Well, and that's what
again, you
I'm.
got to take the time to design something and all that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's half the
that's
bat.
the.
That's most of the battle.
It
But I'm just
is.
saying, setting it all up actually after
I'm
you.
not gonna make this.
I see that,
I
and
I
that
did
might
not.
that
I
might
did not. I did not plan that out very well.
bridge might break too. Um,
No, the bridge won't break,
no, I know it won't.
but the turn. I'm not gonna make
I
the
know I saw
turn.
you were gonna have to jackknife it. But anyway, more or less, it was pretty. You figured out Streamlabs, you figured this out, and all that. It's like it's this stuff was harder to kind of get all set up. Like I said again, making a design and putting it that would look good on a T-shirt or a mug or a sticker or
Well,
a.
I'm working on the design, but the thing is, like, because I think it's because I'm a designer. What I picked for my first design is like so hard to do, and then on top of it, it's like I'm trained to learn this new software that I don't know anything about, and it's been very frustrating. And my process on working through things is very frustrating, and I get
Well,
to
I
points
I
where it's
get it.
like
I'm
I get
just I guess I'm
frustrated.
saying it's like there's a way you could just because if you just make a Teespring store, like I said, at least I even have my website
This
that
is
it's linked
what I'm
to.
doing now is very not believable. I'm not even over the top of
Yeah,
the
well,
semi. It works though. It's working.
Off you go.
Yep.
I forgot. It's like, why the hell was it going so slow? See if I can get anything empty. Oh, Urge.
You hit the whole.
Brakes don't
You
work
hit the
too
whole
good on
thing.
that. Yeah, see, I that's what exactly what I did with the wagon. Let's see if I can.
Well, when I first filled up, it didn't have any problems. So
Oh no, I didn't have any problems. It's just I couldn't get the thing over. This isn't gonna film. Take my. But I guess what I'm saying is it worked. See, that shouldn't even really work. What you're doing right there. Yeah. Oh, you got it all in there at least. Oh, here's emptied.
well, there's the. Hopefully, you can get the rest of yours in the
Yeah, I'll put
cart.
it in the wagon, but
Um, the next field we have
oh, gotta get on the other. Drive
is
forward and go
50.
dump that, and let me so I can get around you. And
The next field we have is 54.
okay.
Anyways, yeah. So I'm like, I'm kind of, I'm, I've got my I got the first part of my design. I got an idea of how I want everything to look. Um,
You know, maybe
but
something you should
but
do first
but
is just design a kind of a just a real simple like sticker, and just have one thing, and then because here's the thing, and then price it. You know, I forget they have a couple different sticker designs and stuff, but like you know, cheapest one you can like price it at like $4 or something, and it's like okay, you know, someone might spend $4.
the design part's not hard. It's the coloring part that sucks.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I need to take this to 54 or
Yeah, yeah. And you don't have to go the highway. If if you look over to 47, there's a back road, and it'll
um
take you across.
okay, yeah, I think cuts through or cuts by 50 or whatever. Hung up on that damn bridge. I didn't.
Well, you gotta. I think you'll make it. You just have to line up straight. You can't
Well, I
come
know
at
it.
it at an
I
angle.
wasn't straight enough because I was trying to. I didn't realize. Oh yeah, I got to go across here.
Actually, where I'm dumping these, I kind of want to keep this map going until we get to the point where we have to sell these, because then I think it'll be very different um for us to load them back up and have to sell them. I think that could be kind of interesting
Yeah.
because we'll have to do a conveyor belt system of some sort. Oh, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to do this, I guess, this way. Well, and the last I messed with my shirt design, I kind of figured something else out on that art program, but my problem right now is I'm working so much overtime. The last thing I want to do is be frustrated trying to color a shirt.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Is like, well, maybe start with a sticker or something. Well, maybe at least get the store built so when you have something done, it's it's there.
Yeah, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish, so
Oh, it don't matter. You can just have the store there, and but anyway, I thought it's like, well, you might as well, and you got a few fans. You might,
yeah.
it's kind of neat to, I because it doesn't give you an email like, oh, somebody bought something. You got to go look. It's like, I may not look for 2 months. And I'll look in there. It's like, oh, somebody bought a couple. Oh, I made $3 or something like that. Or well, it's a little more than that, but it's chump change. Then
Yeah.
you can request a payout and see the $4 or whatever hit your bank account.
You get paid out whenever you want to.
You have to request it, but yeah, yeah, you have to go in and say, "Hey, I want my money." Otherwise, it just sits there. Well, there might be a threshold that it will, like $100 or something, but you can, unlike like Google AdSense or whatever, which only will pay until you hit $100 threshold. Um, where I've been doing it long, I get enough, it makes enough each month so that I get a payout every month. But like with Teespring, um, you can you can pay out whatever's in there, hold it. They don't have a threshold.
Yeah.
I mean, their platform's designed for, like, the pros to do, like, limited runs, so you get a bunch of, get hundreds of orders, in a short period of time, and then you run the print run, and then
Mm-hmm.
discontinue, make it exclusive. I just make all my stuff never ending, so you can just buy it whenever.
Yeah, and that's what I want to do with mine.
Yeah, I figure, yeah, and again,
In
I
my
have, see, and you can also, well, here's the other thing. It isn't just shirts and stickers and all that stuff. I mean, a lot of it, but they've added other things that they'll either print on, or there's digital things you can provide. And I'm not talking NFTs. I'm talking, like, if you, I mean, you're not going to build an app, neither am I, but if you had something like that, or well, a mod here, technically, I mean, I wouldn't sell it through a Teespring store. I'd do it through a regular outlet. But I mean, technically, you could do something like that. You could have digital things, which I have a few ideas and stuff I'm working on, kind of like your T-shirt design. They're like a digital file kind of thing that you would buy, and then you could print out. It would have, it's kind of it's for tuning, or cutting. It would be a template for cutting. Oh, okay. There. Well, I'm gonna make a cut in the middle.
circles and a
Or
rectangle.
rectangles, whatever. I call it circles because that's what you do
I'm
when you
just
plow.
I'm just
That's what you do when you're plowing. Is, I mean, it's a
make
square. You're
circles.
doing a square, but it's like going in a circle because you can't do the corners.
The next field we have is going to be it's this the next field we have is big. That's what I was looking forward to doing the multiplayer on.
And
Well,
that, well, I was
I
gonna
tried
say, maybe you ought to
this
come up with
Texas.
your own logo. I mean, I made that little thing like super quick, just grabbing something off the internet and messing around. But
Yeah.
you know,
I've got my logo for my shirt design in mind. I know what I'm going to do. Um I tried Texas whiskey last week.
oh well, how was it?
It was really good.
Hmm.
It was actually really good sipping whiskey.
Oh, good. Geez,
I
it's
think I can't remember for sure, but I think it was aged in a brandy cask. I think
okay.
that's what they used to give it flavor. So it was a little bit different than your normal average run of the mill.
Yeah, because yeah, some of them use used wine barrels and stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't drank
It was
whiskey
probably
in
a
a long
it
time,
was
actually.
probably a good thing because I got into it pretty bad. Like I was like 3.5, 4.5 drinks into it of basically just whiskey and ice.
Yeah.
And so when we flew back, um, we were I mean we were on a smaller airplane. It only held, well, counting the pilot, it held 9.
Oh, that's
Um,
more like a private jet because it's like I've been on commuter planes that are like
it
30
was
people.
it,
You
it
know.
was a private it was a private two prop. Uh, but when we got to Kansas, we had a storm to the left and a storm to the right, so we got kind of a little. It got a little bumpy.
Hmm.
So it's like I was kind of glad that I had been drinking because it's like, well, I really don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, we. It was kind of a messed up deal. Um, mm, they didn't really. They invited us, but they didn't really invite us per se. And they wanted us. What they wanted us to do is they wanted us to drive down in like rental cars, and um, we were just like, you realize how busy we are right now? You would take like 3 days off the workload or
Yeah.
3 days off basically. And
Just to go there.
once
Yeah.
the owner, once the owner finally, once the owner heard that, he was like, oh, well, let me see about getting a plane. So we flew down with him and his family. And, um, so yeah. Yeah, I guess the pilot we had was out of, Colorado Springs actually, but
Hmm.
I think part of that was because it was such short notice he had to call around and try and find a plane that was available.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've never been on a jet like that. Like I said, the smallest,
Well, like
like more intimate, I guess. Again, was like more like a commuter plane, like again held like 30 people, and that I thought that was pretty awesome because it's all business people, like well, like me. So it's like they just want to get on, get off. I mean, it was like a 40-minute flight. I was just going. It was on the East Coast. I was just I was just hopping across states and it's like they still serve stuff, but I'm like, this is like a 40-minute flight.
yeah.
Like you board, and by the time we were just barely off the ground, and it was like legal for the stewardess and stuff to.
Whoa! I just got nailed by
Oh,
the
I saw
train.
that and I missed it. Oh, oh no! I'm gonna have to watch your stream. Let's see if I can put.
It wasn't. I
Will it
I
get?
was
Will it
in
get you
cab
back
when
over?
it
Otherwise, I can
happened.
push you. It's funny
I
because it's
don't
like
know.
trying to blow the.
This is like the only one that can't.
Hold on. Me. Well, I saw the train there and I was turning because I about was gonna get hit by it myself. Oh, whoop! There we go. That's right. I got the harvester still. We're gonna really mess this up. Okay, hang on. Let me see here. There
There we
we
go.
go. That'll be good on your end. Oh,
Well, I was
I'm
in
gonna.
the cab, so I'm just like, there's no warning. I'm just turning
Well, I
around
saw
like
it. I
normal, and
just
all of a
saw it
sudden,
on the
just
side view because
bam.
I happen to have my camera turned right, and so I swerved. Well, swerve is probably generous with this thing, but it was enough that I didn't get taken out.
I think I found out. So if I want to clip that, I actually have to download this from Twitch and then reload it into YouTube and then cut
For
it.
YouTube, but you know what you could do, what you can do directly in Twitch, is go to it, find the start and start and find the start and stop, and then hit and make a highlight. Then that will be there, and then but yes, you'll have to. And then you could download the highlight. Then it's already sort of half edited for you.
Oh,
And then you could upload that to YouTube. And see, I made a highlight of Derek tipping me over, and three stocks. I'm like, what is this out here? I
I
thought it
I
was the bird,
I,
the bird animations.
I left it for the deer.
Yeah.
You gotta fatten them up. Gotta fatten up the virtual deer.
Yeah, yeah, but just make a highlight, and then yeah, and then you can download to YouTube, or you download it for upload to YouTube. I might grab it too. I could grab my point of view, although I didn't see as much. Just didn't have my camera turned. The minute I turned it, you were already flipped over. So I probably can't dump into the. You probably wouldn't want to, because then you probably
No,
can't
not
unload it.
not in the grain cart.
Um, hold on.
The truck is on the other side of the field.
Okay.
It's over by the road. I have them a little spaced out just because of how I came in on the field with the different equipment.
Oh,
You made like a half crop circle.
well, yeah. That's funny because the animation of the header was trying to like every time you were trying to flip it was like it was digging in, you know. Oh, and in and out of my stream. Like they're like, oh, this is boring.
The
Yeah, I mean,
only
probably.
ones I've had in that I know of is on Facebook. That's okay.
Although some of those nights, you know, have a few.
Yeah, every once in a while. My guess is it's probably because it's the middle of summer and it's
Yeah,
Thursday
people have
night. And,
things to do, and I don't know. Maybe Thursday isn't the best. Works for us.
yeah. Well, that's what
I mean, honestly, I could.
this is more about playing than it is about streaming.
Well, exactly. It's like if somebody entertained, that's yeah, you're right. But it's just about being consistent. That's like it isn't like
I don't know if I can do two of these. Actually, we could if you can get that one lined up.
damn it.
Well,
I'm trying.
you
I
gotta,
know
you,
it's the wrong side, but I'm like, it can
well,
work.
oh my god, you, you gotta get the pipe past the pipe.
I know. Okay, I'll just come in at it the way you're supposed to do it. I was gonna. It's like, oh, it can. Hold on. Shit, come on. Oh, I got the trailer. God,
I see that.
I force it.
Okay, yeah, and then you have to be in the harvester,
Yeah.
otherwise it won't dump.
Well, and I found weekends tend to be a little bit too. But yeah, you're right. It's probably more summertime. And
Well, and like that's the thing with Derek is I think I kind of expect Derek to be more in here come winter.
yeah,
Right now he's just it's summertime and he's busy. He's on the lake and
well,
he's
and
got
that's the thing is actually I should have done it before I came in here, but was still heads down and all that. But I should probably quit here pretty soon just because I need to go load up the mower in the pickup. Well, get it out from behind the fence because I know out the rental work, care some stuff there, do it for because
yeah, I got
I had to go do a little bit of shopping, go to the hardware store, get some paint because that's something I'm going to live stream too. Um, Coworker of mine, they're 40 years. I worked with her 20. Believe that, and she's retiring, and I am bronzing. Well, making a an adding machine or a well, it's not a cat. Well, it's a precursor to the calculator. It just prints out on tape.
hmm
Um, anyway, it's kind of a, and then we're gonna put a plaque on, make it look, like how you bronze baby shoes
yeah.
and kind of thing. It's a similar model to what she would have used when she started working there before they had computers.
Speaking of coworkers and how many years and stuff. Granted, I haven't been at this place as long, but we were having a meeting today with our group in Texas, our engineering group in Texas, and we're kind of catching them up on things that we do in our department, and because we had to bring back kind of like a what uh, I guess the best way to say it is probably a problem board. Like, what problems are you seeing? How can we fix these kind of things? And we use a Kanban board for all this stuff. Well, um, we got to talking today about like, well, the last time we did this, we did this a few years ago. We kind of got away from it because one of the guys left and stuff. And it's like he was like, my boss was like mentioning like, well, Chris and this other guy, they know what's going on here. This is how we do it. And I sat there and I got to thinking of like, oh my God. I'm like, I've been there almost. I'll be 5 years in December. I've been there 5 years in December, and it's like it didn't really dawn on me like the three other guys in the group um started within the last years. Like
Well, well,
it's
actually, that's the thing. It's like almost everybody that will be at this. That'll be at this going away thing. Uh, has almost everybody has been there less than 3 years now. Like there's only um aside from two of our sales now salesman, but and salesman and this one salesman uh top salesman uh it's me and coworker are are the last like legacy people there from the
yeah,
old ownership and everything. Yeah, and I've been there damn yeah, it's almost doesn't
yeah,
seem like it. But yeah, I work with a bunch of people and we got a new person starting Monday and got meetings set up and because I part of what I other things what I do is train and continual train. I do continuous training of people, and I like to get back to going to train myself.
Yeah.
And haven't had the bandwidth to growing. I mean, it's literally been growing so. I mean, I've been doing the purchasing for the last 3 months because the purchaser they hired quit, and the old purchaser, he moved into because he was doing two jobs. He was doing accounts receivable and purchase. He, you know, had to make a choice because just getting both the jobs were getting that one person couldn't do two of them. He chose to do a accounts receivable. Now he's doing accounts receivable for all the branches too, so he couldn't go back to doing it. And I had finally gotten fully out of like doing customer service stuff, order entry, and I was doing that and this other, and they're like, well, you know, we're in a bind here. Can you do it? It's like, okay, well, that means I can't do some of this other stuff. And they're like, yeah, yeah, well, they took them this long to find somebody, which they just ended up hiring within the company. So I'm working with someone that has wait a minute, I guess actually she's another one that is kind of legacy. She's been there about 10 years, so it's like that made it easy less
Yeah.
ones. Had you know she's just gonna have to take on a lot of responsibility, and she can do it.
Yeah.
And we're
Well,
moving to a new ERP system, and I mean, I am in charge of the data cleanup and data exporting out of our old database and help. And I'm not completely responsible for mapping it to the new database or all the templates for the new database, but I'm the only one that has ever done an integration because I integrated our first company that we bought uh, under the new ownership. Like figured out how to import all their stuff in our current system. So it's like, okay,
yeah.
well, this is just doing that in reverse, only in a system I don't know.
Yeah.
So, and our VP of operations just came to me after being week on vacation for like a week, and said, "All right, got a deadline next Thursday. We need to have all this done." I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it's a good thing I started on some of it you know, without you knowing about it. Um, well, and see, and I had actually gotten with the president, mentioned like, hey, I could start. This isn't completely like foreign to me. It's like I could start on this. Come on. So fortunately, I had a little bit. I mean, a little bit, like very little. He's like, when he said that, it's like, oh, okay. Well, you want to see what I've already done?
We
But it's going to
we hi-
get worse. I mean, just stress level. I know.
yeah.
You know how it
We
is when you're
we
under that deadline, and like they don't give you enough time to.
Yep. I'm constantly under that deadline on different projects, and um I've been like just a few weeks ago I've been under that deadline. We we had to hire a new data entry guy because the one up here in Lex didn't want to move to Texas and he quit. So we hired this new data entry guy, and then my boss, which I kind of threw a fit about. I let my boss kind of know I wasn't very happy about, but he made him our drawing checker too, and I'm like you don't make a guy that's brand new that doesn't know how we do things our drawing checker. Well,
Well, I mean, you're
it
right. You're right, but it's like we kind of done some of that here too.
well,
It's like have some new person's
anyways,
been on there 3 months. It's like all of a sudden they're handling like credit cards and stuff, like applying money and stuff.
well,
Okay.
so anyways, um, he's this is the thing. He was never really a part of engineering at his old job. and um, but he was kind of like a head of fab of his old place at a different screw company, and um, so so part of the reason that it was kind of appealing, not to my boss because it was the president that hired him, was because he had this experience with the shop and whatnot. So since they didn't take me up on my offer, and they don't have anybody experienced down there to kind of tell them, okay, well, this is what the print means or whatever, they've been going to him. And because it's all a new company, they don't know, um, they don't know what our prints are trying to say or whatever. And so this is all foreign to him. And he's getting bugged all the time. And so he told my boss, he asked my boss, he goes, "Can you hire someone else to do the data entry? And so I don't have to do it anymore because I'm getting bugged all the time." And my boss laughed at him and goes, "No, that's what we hired you for." Like he was trying to ditch part of his job. He's trying to ditch the worst part of his job and trying to keep
Yeah.
the best parts of it.
All right. When you get back, you can unload. I drove over there and unloaded in the
Yeah.
cart, and it's full again.
Okay.
And I'm at 80. I don't know if I'll be able to maybe this. Otherwise, I'll grab your.
Okay. Well, I'm unloading now, so
And maybe once we get this wrapped up, I better cut out and do
okay.
errands that I.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be dark out, but I can. I gotta load the mower and do.
Now I'm having the same issue that you were having, except for it's with the semi and the pipe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can't come out at the front of the semi with the auger thing out because it won't make it over the sleeper airfoil. Why didn't you buy a day cab? That's why they make day
Because this one looked
or a
cooler.
flat or at least a flat top sleeper.
Because this one looks cooler.
I guess that's like bro country as long as it looks cool.
Yep. Not quite full yet. I think what I'll do, we'll finish this up, and then if you ditch out, I'm gonna get everything set up for the next stream before I cut out. Because
Okay.
the field is right across the road anyway, so we're doing next, and it'll be the last one, but it's also pretty big. And so I'll get the truck unloaded and
Derek complains about this. It's like, oh, this was like real work and stuff. And it's like, actually, I find it. I was watching y'all that year and stuff on 19, and I said, oh, it's just relaxing. I thought, oh, I guess like, no, it is kind of relaxing, and
yeah.
um, it's engaging enough.
Well,
Oh,
there's like you
okay.
you don't you don't have to you only have to work so hard and um
Well, I mean, it could get nerve wracking a little bit. I could say if you're really trying to like be like like some people really do it like starting from scratch and pinching the penny, the
well,
vertical pennies.
and that's the thing is like everybody's different, and like the way my streams have been going, that's just not what I'm into. I've finally got to a point, it's like, well, if I did that, I'm not going to get to play with the equipment or other maps because I don't have that much time to play.
Yeah, yeah, we're not like Sugar Vetus who was on whatever government assistance
Yeah.
and sit around and do nothing, do this all day. Yes,
Yeah. Well, and there's there's several other streamers that are
or
like they're full
well,
time
yeah, that's
streamers
what I
that
mean. Is okay, you're gonna be able to get.
yeah.
You're gonna be yeah. We'll
But
go
yeah,
follow you along here.
but yeah, I find this really relaxing, like well, in something like this, you feel kind of satisfied because you can actually see the crop coming out of the field and um you can see where you've been, so
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly.
and I like the plowing and the cultivating and stuff too. The only things I really don't like is I'm kind of liming is kind of a little bit and
Yeah,
fertilizing.
yeah. Yeah, I could. I experienced that. I was like, this wasn't as I thought it'd be.
But well, and we could get they those harvesters I had last time that were a little bit unrealistic. They have some but out now, but they're not completely as bad as the last ones were.
I need to
They're
clean these up. Looks it all
we still got another field of sugar beets to go though.
now. When they do get too dirty, they quote wear out, and they don't. They just quit,
No,
or
the wear is different from the dirtiness. You got like three things going on at once. They wear out, they get dirty, and they need paint.
yeah, looks like you got a
And
leaky.
they're
Looks
all
like you got a
they're all
leaky
three
hydraulic hose.
probably. Better
That's
call Derek.
see, they have mechanic simulator and all that. See, I mean, they need to have. I mean, they would come up with a mods for like you could blow a hose, and you got to go to
Well,
town and get a hose.
the
I mean,
next
that's real. You want to get down to real farming. It's this, but that's the city folk wouldn't even enter their mind that I mean they know you got to repair and maintain, but like it's like that's broken. Let's make it so you got to go to the parts store, and but that might get too real and too. I mean, you wouldn't have to always do that. It's just there'd be people I think that would you know uh enjoy that aspect.
yeah.
Okay, well, I better go do my stuff. So I am going to first stream off.